Recording in progress.
This is the fourth class for the summer geometry. We have been through the two-way columns proof in last week. Today we will still learning about doing the proof, but we will do a different way, which is called the flowchart proof. Okay. Now I'm going to start to call students to work on all the questions we have been through last week. Let's start from number 1. Okay, look at this question. Let me do the question with Annie together, okay? Annie, let's look at number 1. I would like you to see here. We can do the two-way column proof, and then we will do the flow chart, okay? This is a given condition, so let's start from this one, okay? Measurement of angle 4 plus measurement of angle 7 equals to 180 degree. What do you put here?
Given.
Very good. That is given. Next, from these two plus together 180, what else do we know? Does angle 4 congruent to angle 6?
Yes.
So let's put angle 4 is congruent to angle 6. This is supported by what?
Vertical angle.
Okay, vertical angle. Next, if these two angles are congruent, we will write down measurement of angle 4 is equals to measurement of angle 6. Do you know what we should put here?
Definition of congruent angles.
Yes, okay. Because the two angles are congruent, so this is the definition of congruent angle, okay? Next one. These two equal. This plus together equals 180. We can put this guy over here. So what we write down is measurement of angle 6 plus this equals to 180, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what we put reason here?
Substitute property.
Okay, next. When this two angle measurement plus 180, what do we call this two angle? Angle 6 and angle 7 are
Supplementary.
supplementary. What we put here?
Definition of supplementary angles.
Yes. Last step. Get these two angles supplementary. We give C and D parallel. Supported by what?
Same side inter converse.
Very good, very good. Same side interior angle converse. Now we are going to do the copy and paste to do the flow chart. We always starting from the given condition, okay? Everybody watch out here. The way we do the flow chart, we do this. Starting from the given condition, rather than writing them in a table, you write them in the flow chart. You write down here, given. Next, we copy and paste over here. Angle 4 and angle 6 are congruent. And this is because a vertical angle, right? So we copy this one here, like that. Okay, so next one, Annie, when you see this, you want to put here or you want to put here? Which one you want to choose? The right one, yes? Okay, because this conclusion is from this, so you will do the copy and paste over this position. And you will draw this arrow over here. On the side, you want to put the reasons in this position. Okay. Next, because of this and because of this, you are going to substitute this guy over here. So you can move this guy a little bit down, which puts them on the same horizontal level. And then you draw a horizontal line to cover both. And then you give the conclusion of measurement of angle 6 plus measurement of angle 7 equals to 180. Okay, so far so good. And what you put here?
Substitutive property.
Okay. So you put over here. Next, and what we put next? Go ahead, Annie.
You put angle 6 and angle 7 are supplementary.
Okay, very good. And what else you want to put here?
Definition of supplementary angle.
Okay. Last one, what we put?
E is parallel to D.
Okay. And the reason is?
Same side interior angle converse.
Okay, very good. Okay, so look at this figure and this flowchart proof. You like the two-way columns or do you like the flowchart?
I kind of like the flowchart.
Yeah, because this logic is more reasonable, right? Yeah, you can see the flow. Yeah, very good. I'm going to call the next student to work on number 2 with me together, okay? Let's go ahead to do number 2. Look at here. Number 2. Alan, let's go ahead and do number 2. This time, I want you to do the flow chart first, and then we can do copy paste to put this back, okay?
Okay.
Let's go ahead, starting from the given condition.
A is parallel to B.
A is parallel to B. Because,
Given.
okay. What else?
And like 1 and 2 are alternate interior.
Yes, very good. So angle 1 will be congruent to angle 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to write down here is?
Alternate interior angles.
Very good. What else do we have?
Angle 2 is congruent to angle 3.
This is?
Given.
When you put this together, what happened?
Angle 1 and angle 3 are congruent.
What reason we put here?
Transitive property.
Very good. Okay, that's how we prove this one. Now we can copy and paste, okay?
Okay.
Let's go ahead and copy and paste. We copy the first one here. And then we know that angle 1 congruent to angle 2 is after A parallel to B. And this is supported by alternate interior angle theorem. So we will paste this one over here. After that, we are going to start from here. This guy is given over here. Angle 2 is congruent to angle 3 because of this. And then this congruent to that, this congruent to that, so this congruent to this. So we can put here. And this is all because of the transitive property. Okay. All right. Alan, do you like flowchart or do you like two-way columns proof?
Flowchart.
Yeah, I think most students like the flowchart because this is more easy to follow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Now we are going to do number 3. I'm going to erase everything and I'm going to ask student to answer, okay? Next student, Albert. Albert, let's go ahead.
B is parallel to Q.
Good. And we do the flowchart, okay?
Okay.
P parallel to Q. You write
Yes.
down given here. Next.
Do I put 1 is congruent to 2?
Yes, you can do 1 congruent to 2. Let's do 1 congruent to 2 is one of the conclusion of this, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So we want to write down something here. What should we write down?
The vertical.
Vertical angle. This is called vertical angle.
Oh, so should it be alternate interior?
Very good. Thank you. You should say alternate interior
Converse.
angle. Okay. You don't say converse.
Oh yeah, because
If you have this guy here and this guy here, you write down converse. This one you don't. Okay. Next, what else do you have?
angle 1 is congruent to angle 5.
This is because
Given.
yes. Next,
Wait, can you scroll up a bit? Okay.
sure.
This proves that angle 2 is congruent to angle 5.
Yes, because
Transitive property.
very good transitive property. So students, if you have difficulty with writing the two-way column proof, you can definitely do the flow chart, and then we can just copy and paste, right? Look at here. You can just write down here this guy, and then you copy this one to this position. And angle 2 congruent is because these two lines parallel. This is due to the reason the alternate interior angle equal. And on the other side, you were given angle 1, angle 5 congruent. So you copy and you paste over here. Of course, this is because the given condition. Next, because all the angle 1 congruent to angle 2, angle 1 congruent to angle 5. So based on that, you get angle 2 is congruent angle 5 because of transitive property. All right, that's it. Albert, how do you feel about this flowchart proof now?
It feels easier, I guess.
Easier. Okay, very good. Have you started to learn any kind of language programming yet, Albert?
No.
You want to manipulate the way we do here, then by the time you learn the Python or C++ or Java, yeah, even sometimes you do animation. Yes, if you play those EV3 system for those Lego Robert, you will draw also those kind of flowchart, right? Yeah, so flowchart is actually really helpful. Now the last one, Felix. Let's go ahead.
Angle 1 is congruent to angle 5.
Angle 1 is congruent to angle 5. Very good. We mark here as given. Next.
Line R is parallel to S.
Hold on. You do want to do from here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you say R parallel to S because
Because corresponding angles converse.
very good. Corresponding angle converse. Okay. Next. We have something there.
Angle 3 is congruent to angle 4.
Okay. angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. This is given, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now look at here. When these two lines parallel, angle 3 congruent to angle 4. Angle 3 will also plus angle 7 equals to how much?
180.
So because of, okay, we can also do this way actually, because we can also say angle 2 is congruent to angle 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We already proved that we already know that this two angle, yeah, we can go ahead and say angle 4 is also congruent to angle 5, right?
Yeah.
Because look at here, the bottom line is we want to draw the destination. The destination is to go to somewhere like here. Say T is parallel to V. This is our final destination. To prove T and V parallel, we can say angle 1 is congruent to angle 3, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. To prove these two lines parallel, we can say as long as we prove angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. So we can see if we can draw angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. Then we can see corresponding angle converse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can say corresponding angle converse. Now let's see here. How do we get angle 1 is congruent to angle 3? We also have angle 1 is congruent to angle 5, yes?
Yeah.
Here. So we can say angle 1 is congruent to angle 5. Yeah, this is also given, right?
Yeah.
And then we look at here. R is parallel to S. So R is parallel to S. That means angle 1 is congruent to angle 5. Hold on. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 5. Angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 5 here. Angle 3 is congruent to, so T is parallel to V. We want to prove T is parallel to V. So we want to prove angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. And look, we have just one more angle 4, because angle 4 is vertical of angle 5, right?
Yeah.
So actually we don't need to use this part. We say angle 4 is congruent to angle 5, correct?
Yeah.
This is because of vertical angle. Yes?
Yeah.
Look, angle 4, angle 5 equal because of vertical angle. Angle 3 congruent to angle 4. Angle 1 congruent to angle 5. So 4 here equal, 5 here equal. That shows that angle 1 and angle 3 equal, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The good thing about flowchart is even you mess up somewhere, but you still can figure out by the flowchart. Okay. So even sometimes you get stuck, it's okay. You can fix it. You see, these two equal, and the 5 pass to 1, and the 4 pass to 3. That means 1 and 3 equal. This is because of transitive property, right?
Yeah.
Does this make sense now?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's put this back into the two-way columns proof, okay? So we can put vertical angle here. And we can say angle 4, angle 5 is congruent right here. And angle 3, angle 4 congruent is given. This guy is given. And also angle 1, angle 5 congruent, that's also given. We copy these two reasons 2 times here because they are all given right here. That gives us these two congruent, okay? These two equal. And this will equal, right? So angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. That is because of transitive property. Next, we can just say T and V is parallel because angle 1 and angle 3 are congruent. This is the corresponding angle. Converse. Does this make sense now?
Yeah.
Okay. You like the flowchart or you like the two-way column proof?
I think I like the flow chart better.
Yeah, interesting. Students in this class all like flowchart. Okay, now let's do number 5. Annie. Let's take a look at number 5. Okay. The given condition is saying angle 5 is congruent to angle 16. Angle 2 is congruent to angle 4. And they ask us to prove 11 and 14. These two angles are supplementary. So let's start from angle 5 and angle 16 congruent, okay? This is because?
It's given.
Very good. This is because this is given. Next. When you have these two angles congruent, what conclusion you have?
CD is parallel to GH.
Very good. CD parallel to GH because?
They're alternate exterior converse.
This is because these two lines and this transverse, this is alternate exterior, okay? Number 1 is on 2 different sides. Number 2 is on outside, so it is called alternate exterior. Okay, very good. What else we have been given?
Angle 2 is congruent to angle 4.
Okay, very good. That is given. Next. Next. What conclusion we write down here? 2 and 4. You have this line, this line. You have these transverse lines. These two congruent. The conclusion is what's the conclusion for this? Any? What's the conclusion that angle 2 congruent to angle 4? You want to say these two lines will be parallel, right?
Yeah,
Okay, can you hear me? Can you talk, please?
yeah, my internet wasn't working that well.
Oh, okay. EF parallel to GH, okay? Now, what we do next?
CD is parallel to EF.
So we can make this CD parallel to EF because
Transitive property.
very good. Next,
Angle 11 and angle 14 are supplementary.
very good. Angle 11 and angle 14 are supplementary. Conclusion. Let's. How do we get the reason here?
They're same side exterior angles.
Very good. Okay. Angle 11 and angle 14 are the same side exterior angle for these two lines. Very good. That's it. Okay. Yeah, I think this part all of you almost mastered. Okay. Let's do number 6. The reason here we spend a long time and ask each student to work on those flowchart is because in the very in the next several class, when we start to learn the essential part for geometry, which is the proof part and the triangle congruency. Okay, this is the time we need to do those kind of flowchart. Like, for example, here they tell you this angle CUD, and they tell you this angle equals this angle. They tell you this line equals to this line, and they also tell you this angle equals this angle. Then you have to use those kind of flowchart to prove that this triangle is congruent to this triangle. And you also need to prove that this triangle is congruent to this triangle, okay? So the proof will be more complicated than what we are doing right now. But we want to get those trainings, so make sure we master the skill here. Next question, number 6. Alan. Okay. So Alan, which programming language you are doing?
Wait, what?
Which one?
Animation.
Oh, okay. So you haven't used those kind of like a coding language yet, like C or Java or Python, right?
No.
Okay, yeah. Doing flowchart will be very helpful for the programming. Now let's see here. L parallel to M. What we can do, we can first write down, right?
Yeah.
This is because of given, yes?
Yeah.
From L parallel to M, what conclusion we want to say?
Like set angle 7 and 2, they're alternate interior.
Okay, angle 7 congruent to angle 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
Like
Do we also, mhm.
and can I like do the given?
Yes,
Okay.
let's put down here. This is given, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what do? We can connect them, right?
Yeah. So, like, do you like since like the first two like they're equal to each other, then like
Yes,
angle 2 and angle 4 are wait, no, angle 2 and angle 4 are congruent.
very good. You made it. The reason is
They're transitive property.
very good. Okay, so this is like doing baking. I know that in this class, we only have 1 girl, 3 boys. But maybe you have seen your mom or your sister do the bakings before. When you do, if you want to cook a cake, you have to do the white part, yeah, the egg white part, mix them, okay, with the air, okay, to have those kind of cream. This is the one part. And then at the same time, you have to do with the yolk part, with the flour. After you get this two ready, you will mix them in another container. And then after everything set up, you preheat your oven and then you put it in the oven for like 1 hour or less. And then you take it out. You get your cake ready. Same thing for proof here, okay? So we are almost ready for the cake. Now, these two congruent, what congruent you want to say?
AB and like they're parallel.
These two parallel, but not ABDE. You say AD parallel to BE, correct?
Yeah.
Very good. You want to write down the reason?
Because are they like corresponding angles?
Converse, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. When you get these two parallel, what you can do next? What happened to this?
Like they both add up to 180, so they're supplementary.
Yeah, so you can see angle 8 and angle 9 are supplementary. The reason you want to put here is
They're same side interior angles.
very good. Does this make sense now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you have your cake ready. You can enjoy it. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do the next one, number 7. Albert. Let's take a look at it, number 7, okay? Let's get your cake ready, okay? Go ahead, please.
AB is parallel to CD. Given.
Very good. Next. This and this parallel. So you can see that angle is congruent to that angle. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can call it angle 1 is congruent to angle ADC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you ever seen anybody do the baking? Like make a cake or make a cookie before?
Yeah.
This is similar, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. To get a good cake, you have to make sure every single step you do follow the recipe. Don't change it, okay? Otherwise, it might fail, okay? These two congruent. What do you want to write down here?
Corresponding.
Very good. Next, you have somebody here.
Yeah. Angle ABC is equal to angle ADC.
Measurement of angle ABC. Measurement of angle ADC. Okay. Some students, you may feel curious. What does those measurement equal? Oh, that two angle congruent. What's the difference between this? Okay. For sure, when we see here, we will change this to this. And then we will use the transitive property. But what's the purpose? What's the difference between these two guys? What's the difference between these two guys? Okay, let me explain. So if you measure, for example, if you measure this angle to be around 120 degree, 120 degree is this guy. Okay, that means it's this guy. If you measure this angle to be 120 degree, so this means 120 degree. ABC is an angle. As an angle, it is composed by what? It's composed by a common point between two straight lines. So the angle ABC represent this line cross this line at point B, and you choose this angle. So these are two different things. This means measurement, means the number of degrees here. When you have the measurement equal, you can write down this angle is congruent to this angle, okay? And what you want to put here, you always say definition of congruent angle, okay? Next, you already have here and here. Can you please tell me what we conclude for this?
AD is parallel to BC.
Hold on. We need one more step. You haven't preheat your oven yet. You cannot put it in the oven. You want to say who is congruent to who?
Angle ABC is congruent to angle 1.
Yes. The reason is?
Substitutive property.
Very good. After we have angle 1 is congruent to angle ABC, you can get conclusion of these two parallel. The reason here is
alternate interior.
do we miss something here? What we should write down? Because we choose this as conclusion, so we miss something here.
Converse.
Thank you. Okay. Does this make sense now?
Yeah.
Yeah. If we don't have here, the cakes will collapse, okay? You will not have a successful cake, all right? We want to watch out. Each single step, we have to make sure we complete, okay? Next one. Felix. Look at the number 8. Go ahead, tell me what you want to do.
R is parallel to S.
Reason?
Given.
What else?
And then S is parallel to T. And then R is parallel to T.
That's fine, Ellen. Okay, you can go ahead. What we write down here?
Transitive property.
Good. Now R is parallel to T. So this two angle will be
Congruent.
very good. Because
Alternate exterior angles.
all right, that's it. Okay, and don't put the converse here because this, if this is a conclusion, you put a converse. If the angle congruent as a conclusion, don't put converse. Okay, thank you. Now let's do number 9. Annie, let's go ahead to number 9. Go ahead, please.
Angle 5 and 16 are supplementary. And it's given.
Next.
P and Q are parallel.
Good.
And they're same side exterior converse.
Same side. Exterior. Good. Next.
Angle 2 is congruent to angle 18, and it's given.
Next.
E and R are parallel.
Okay.
Corresponding angles converse.
Okay. Next.
Q and R are parallel.
Very good.
Transitive property.
Nice. Okay. So this is like when you are driving. This is our map, right? You want to reach to this. This is a destination. And at the beginning, you don't know. Okay, Alan, thank you. You don't know how you can drive there. Yeah, you don't know how you can drive there. You don't want to say, I'm going to see the map when I'm on the highway. When you are on the highway, it's too dangerous to look at the map. You can only look at your front, okay? And all those meters in your car. So you want to kind of have a map in your mind before you drive. So this is like a map you draw. With this will guide you through the destination, okay? So we will continue to have this kind of training to reach to a point when we do those really complicated proofs, we can handle it. Right now, all those theorems we are using are very simple. Either those angle relationship theorem, all those angle relationship converse, or we can plus something called a transitive property, substitutive property, or vertical angles. So far, all of them are very easy things. I can show you something here. We are going to, I will upload one homework folder for all those theorem lists. I want you to start look at the theorem names. This is a summaries, okay? We have been using them sometimes before. Look at here. When you want to write down something like this 2-line segment plus together equals this, you have to write down something as a reason. And this is called a segment addition postulate. And when you see some guy equals to some guy, by the time we do the triangle congruency proof, we always use something like this. You might say, teacher, this is obvious. Yes, it is obvious. But for geometry, you have to write down and say reflexive property, okay? And when those things equal, and you want to make this two equal, you want to say transitive property, okay? When this angle plus this angle equals to this angle, you cannot just say this, you have to say angle addition postulate, okay? That's a reason for the first semester of geometry, either in 8th grade or in 9th grade in high school. Boys get a lot of points off because they don't put those names. When they don't put those names, like all the flow chart, for example, in the question we did here, if you never ever writing down this, even everything else, even you get this piece, you get that piece, you get that piece, even you get all this piece here, without those things, you only get 50% of each single question. So which is dangerous. So boys, let's have the good habit. In the summer, we prepare those theorem name and then make you drill through all those questions so that you have this ready when your school start, okay? That's for number 9. Now, I don't have a number 10, really, I think. Okay, let's do a number 10. Okay, this is number 10. Alan, and let's do number 10, okay?
Okay.
Angle 1 and angle 7 are supplementary. Okay. These two guys supplementary.
Okay.
What else do we know?
It's given.
This is because of given. Now,
And the work you put there, it's not erased.
that's fine. It's okay. Yeah, you can just ignore it. Okay, let's do it by ourselves. Angle 1 and angle 7 are supplementary. So we can write down measurement of angle 1 plus measurement of angle 7 equals to how much?
180.
Okay. What we want to write down here?
Wait.
When sometimes you don't know what's the name you want to put as a reason, there's something called definition. You always think, if I forget, I'm going to call it a definition, okay?
Oh, yeah, okay. The
So
definition of
students, let's remember this. During the test or quiz for your geometry, if you forget something to put there, you say, in summer, the teacher told us, Miss Lin told us, let's use definition, okay?
Okay.
Definition of supplementary, all right? Okay, next. Look at here. This guy and this guy are what?
They're vertical angles.
Yes. So we can say angle 1 is angle 7 is congruent to angle 4, right?
Yeah.
Angle 7 congruent to angle 4, which is
It vertical.
vertical angle. Yeah, vertical angle. You're right. Vertical angle. Vertical angle is congruent. Then based on this, we can write down what? Their measurement equal, right?
Definition. Yeah.
Measurement. Okay. Here, when two angle congruent, you write down this symbol. When the measurement equal, you write down equal. Don't write down this. Okay.
Okay.
This is the definition
Of congruent angles.
angle. All right. Now, let's do something over here. What happened?
They since they're equal, angle 1 and angle 4 are
Let's first do
180.
here. Plus equals 180. We want to say here, what do we say?
They are substituted property.
Very good. Okay. Now, what do we have?
You have
Angle 1 and angle 4 will be?
Supplementary.
Very good. Last one.
It is A is parallel to B.
Very good. Because
It's like because 1 in 4
this is what kind of angle?
they're same side exterior
Same
and
side exterior angle.
converse.
Very good. Okay, yeah. So by this way, we are able to prove. Students, you might notice that this is a little bit different with what we use here. You say why they are different. You told me just doing copy and paste, right? What happened? So it's like you want to go to Dallas. There are several different ways you can drive there, okay? That means we choose different ways, okay? It can both reach to the final destination by different ways. As long as your logic and your reasons are correct, you will reach to the same conclusion, okay? Doesn't matter. Sometimes this way looks a little bit than this way. As long as when you go through check, each part makes sense. Let's check here. 1 and 7 supplementary given, no problem. This plus together 180, definition of supplementary angle, no problem. Angle 7, angle 3 are supplementary. This is called linear pair postulate. That means angle 3, measurement of angle 3 plus measurement of angle 7 equals to 180. And this is still definition of supplementary angle. When this plus equals 180, that plus equals 180, you notice these two are identical. That means these two will be the same. Measurement equal, this two angle is congruent, definition of congruent angle. The thing you may feel confused is, where do I find this? How do I know I can use this theorem? Here is the recipe, okay? Here is a list. You have to remember all those kind of names, which we already remember part of it, but not all of them yet. So using summertime, we are going to work out all those theorem names so that by the school start, when everybody have trouble to do the proof, figuring out the correct theorem name, you already know all of them and can do it quickly, okay? So in the following classes in summer, we will continue learning how those theorems come from. That's going to be the contents of our study. When we learn those things, we will also using proof to prove this thing is true. And then we can use those things as those theorem to do our proof, okay? I will upload this one to your homework. You can print it out. You can start to understand and memorize. And at the same time during our class, we will continue learning all of this, okay? I'm going to upload the homework, the blank worksheets, and the homework. The homework is exactly the same like last week for the blank one, but every single question this time, you are supposed to give me the flowchart way, okay? So I'm going to upload the homework. Okay, all right, I will upload the homework and you can leave now. I will upload the videos. Make sure start to read this paper, print out, start to read this through and do the flowchart proof for every single question on the blank worksheet. If you have trouble, check my solution, check my YouTube video. Okay, thank you. I'll see you next time.